Welcome back everyone to another Coach Blaker video. Today we're going to be going over rotations. How to rotate, why to rotate, when to rotate, all the extra rotate, where to rotate, any rotations we're going to be talking about. Remember to check out my site, link down below. I highly recommend it if you guys are looking to have more impact in your play. And for those of you that have never been coached, you can book a free coaching session on my site. Make sure you check that out as well. And of course, those that are interested in my Blakers bootcamp, like I said, it's coming. I know you look, the DMs be going off, but I know you guys want that Blakers bootcamp. It's coming. Make sure to sign up on my Patreon if you guys are interested in that, as well as tier list. Yes, I'm dropping a tier list today. It's going to be on my Patreon right after I make this video for what I personally think is the best to climb with for each role. So make sure you check that out too. You know, Coach be having them secrets. Look, that's all I'm gonna say. So for coaching, coachblaker.com. For Blakers Bootcamp and other things, patreon.com. Both links down in the description below. All right, so rotations. Now, most players really get this confused. Rotations are not roams. Keep that in mind. Most players like to use them interchangeably, but it is two different things. Rotations are, oh, I see something happening, let me go affect it. And roaming is, I push my wave, I'm about to just go look for something to do. Or I'm getting zoned out, I'm just gonna look for something to do because I can't really do anything in my lane. So now that we know the difference between the two, again, rotations are you going to impact a play that's happening. Roams are just, I'm looking for something to do. Now that we know the difference, let's go ahead and focus on rotations. Now this is a challenger game. There's no particular reason why I picked this challenger game, but it's just a challenger game. So we're going to be looking at a challenge game, and we're going to be looking at the first 15 minutes. Now this is not a role-specific video, okay? This is for all the roles. If you guys want more in-depth, like how and when to rotate as support, or ADC, or mid, or top, or jungle, whatever. If you guys want those in-detail things, either I can make a league class video, and I can talk about it all in one video, or I can make their separate videos for each role. So just let me know in the comments below, or just let me know with a thumbs up so that I know that you guys like it, and I will look to make a more in detail. But this is just a general view on what rotations are and how to go about doing it, okay? So let's go ahead and start this off. Again, I'm not paying attention to the champions. I'm just on Silas at the moment because he's in the mid lane. So we're just gonna go through and it's gonna be a quick, easy video. I'm gonna explain. So one of the things you wanna know before you start rotating is you wanna think about, do I win my 1v1? Do we win a 2v2? Do we win a 3v3? So if you're in a bot lane, obviously your fights are gonna be 3v3 because we have two champions bot, and then you have a jungler. If you're mid lane, it could be 2v2, which is you and a jungler, or it could be 3v3, which is you, the jungle, and support. You know, it doesn't really matter, but you have to be thinking about that when you are going to rotate. So let's go ahead and see some examples here. So I'm just gonna fast forward, pay attention to what's happening on the map, and we'll see. So right now we notice Graves is going into the enemy jungle. And so we must be thinking, well, if Graves goes into the enemy jungle, should my bot lane rotate? What do you guys think? I'll give you guys 2 seconds to answer. Time's up. You should apologize. Okay, so no. Why would we not rotate to this? It's 3v2. Well, if these guys follow, it turns into a 3v3, remember? And we have to ask ourselves, do we win the 3v3? No. Nami is actually stronger than Ashe support easily, early especially. And then Kai'Sa is stronger than Sivir. And then Graves is stronger than Lilia. So blue team's gonna win that, hands down. Now you could go the other route where it's like, well, if I rotate and we get nothing out of it, I'm gonna be behind in lane. That happens too. So then why would you rotate as red team? Why would you rotate to help the Lilia if you can either A, lose your lane because of it, or B, you're not gonna win that fight anyway? That's the type of things that we think about when we go to rotate. Can I even impact this play? If I impact this play, what's gonna happen? If you do rotate, he'll probably flash over the wall or something like that. You don't even get the kill, right? So why would I ruin my lane for this? So no, I wouldn't rotate. Let's see if their bot lane rotates. Okay, they're trading, but I would assume that they just don't want to rotate, period, just because. Why? All right, so she's gonna have to give up that camp. It's just how it is. Graves is a stronger jungler than Lilia. It happens. So he's gonna go gank bottom. Now I guess you could call that a rotation. Okay, you can call this a rotation. You can call it a gank, but it still is a rotation. What do we notice? We notice bot lane shoved up, and we notice that they're getting harassed and poked under tower. Is this a play that we can impact? Even if we were mid lane, even if we were top lane, we could still teleport. Is this a play? I mean, obviously we can't teleport to anything right now but towers. I know this, this is an example. So can we impact this play? Yes. Why wouldn't we be able to, right? They're shoved up into the tower. They're heavily overextended. No matter what role you are, you can impact this play. So let's go. He goes in for the gank. Again, that is a rotation. We just call it a gank because the jungler pops out. But that is, in essence, a rotation. So let's continue to go. As I said, I'm just going to watch the first like 15 minutes of it. So Lilia's in the jungle. Okay, I'm going to assume she's about to go into the top side jungle. All right. So let's ask ourselves. Can we rotate? Well, Renekton can definitely rotate. Renekton can go deal with that Lilia. Easily, right? Can Sylas rotate? Well, Sylas, if he rotates and he doesn't get anything out of it and Lilia like flashes over the wall, he's going to lose a big wave. So he can't rotate. Remember, we asked ourselves the same thing with bot lane. Can we fight them? If we do fight them, you know, can we even get anything out of it? So can we get anything out of that? Or am I going to get behind for rotating and if we don't get anything out of that? In Sylas's case, yes, he will be behind. In Renekton's case, doesn't really matter. Again, the lane's kind of in a goofy spot anyway. There's nothing he can really do. If he were to rotate to this play, like if we seen Lilia here, I don't think they see him. But if we did see Lilia here, yes, this would be a really good time for him to rotate. Again, Sylas just can't at the moment. Can he rotate now? Yes, he can rotate now. If he were to see that Lilia right there, he could make that rotation and he'll be okay. All right. So again, we're just kind of chilling, hanging out. We're doing our thing, See if we can get a little bit further into the game here. Oh, Meteos disconnected. Not like this. Not like this, Meteos. Come back, boy. All right, so same thing. A play happening down here. Can we rotate to this play? If we were this Graves, would we rotate to this play? Looking at the wave state, it is under the tower. Yes, we're going to miss 2 minions. But does it look like that? I'll go back even further than this, actually, because they're already turned around. Okay, so let's say right now. Can we rotate to this play? At the moment, yes. Why? Because they're trying to shove this under the tower. It is definitely a play you can rotate to. But as we see here, with that short trade, do we rotate or do we go straight to the Krugs? Well, we already know Ashe doesn't want to fight anymore. And with that being said, we already know that Sivir doesn't want to fight because Ashe just has to back and, you know, she's low. With no mana, no HP. So we would definitely leave. So why would we not rotate to this play? We wouldn't rotate to this play because it'll be over by the time we get there. Boom, another one. I might put this on screen. I might not. I'm lazy sometimes. Look, sometimes I am lazy. Maybe I'll put it at the end of the video. Who knows? Okay, anyway. But we don't rotate to this play because we won't be there on time. It'll be over by the time we get there. So yeah, we're not mid lane, we're not top lane for this rotation. But as a farming champ like Graves, spending time to walk all over here and then just walk back doesn't make much sense, right? We're wasting time. There's no reason to do that. We need to continue to have tempo. We need to continue to be farming. We need to continue to be having pressure on the map. And rotating randomly to some play that's already over is going to cost him his tempo. So let's go ahead and see. Does he do it? Nope, he already knew. He already knew that play was going to be over. So now we keep watching this play. Right? We keep watching this play. Okay, she decided to... Okay, she just backed. Or she didn't back, but she just like sat in the bush. So he's thinking about the rotation. All right, so let's see. Let's go back to Sylas. Cool, doing our thing. Chilling. We're just going to look for a little bit more plays to be happening. Hope y'all doing all right. Hope you have a good hope you guys are having a good day, good night whenever you're watching this. I'm just trying to spot the plays if I can. Okay, so she's overextended. This is obviously just a really good rotation. There's no camps for him to take, and if he gets this kill, he goes dragon. So it was just the person just being really overextended. There wasn't really a rotation there. It was just they shouldn't have been that overextended, especially by themselves. All right, I guess this is a good example. This is another good example. Okay, so we know Graves is on dragon. Should we rotate to dragon right now? As a colleague. Now, a lot of you guys already know, but there's some players that just might not know, because I know a lot of the times people do decide to check the dragon, even though they can't check the dragon. One thing is she's low on HP. Another thing is, yes, he's backing. Don't get me wrong. But what if we didn't track his teleport? What if he just teleports back to lane and now he's there as soon as possible? Also, we don't have our bot lane here. So this is a dragon that's just going to be free for him. We can't do anything about it. It has to go. It has to be free. And this is the type of stuff you can take into the mid to late game portion of the match. Can my team rotate? Am I going to lose out on farm? Do I have enough HP? Do they have enough HP? Like, can we really do anything about it? No? Then there's no reason to go. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and back this thing up real quick. So we're going to look at Akali's perspective here. Okay, so Akali sees that we already know that this is happening, right? Do you think Akali can rotate to this play on time? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Because this play can last for a long time. What we could do as Akali is we could start making our way. We could start moving like this. And as we move, we can watch the play and see if it's something worth rotating to. Because if they survive long enough, it can be a triple kill for Akali, especially if they dive. So let's just say we were walking. We were making our way. We were making our way. Can we still gank this lane right now? We would be somewhere right here in the river. And yeah, if Akali were to be here right now, and if she would have actually started moving, she'd be right here for free. And that's a triple kill. 100%. But she wasn't thinking like that, was she? Even if we look with their vision, there's no wards. So if she would have definitely came this way, or she could have came this way, she would have been, it wouldn't have been warded because they knew she bagged. So they don't know where she went. They just know she bagged. And she could be returning to lane. She could not be returning to lane. But if this person were to roam at this particular time, and like I said, watch the play as you walk, because if it's over before you get there, then you can just turn back and go back to lane. But when you're walking, you're on your way, you're not making a decision yet. You're just saying, maybe, yes. And then you can commit. Because you're not already there, you're not committing yet. You can turn around and go back to lane. But this would have been a triple kill for the Akali here. Look at that. Oh my God. Look at the, oh my, Akali missed out on a triple kill, bro. A triple kill. That's why we pay attention. But that was a rotation that we could have gone to. Remember, rotations are we stop everything and we just go. Roaming is we're walking around just doing whatever. So there's a play happening top. I mean, it is what it is. It's random. Again, Nami and Ashe are just kind of roaming around. They're not rotating. They're just kind of moving around the map. Let's see if we can get to... Okay, let's go back here. Let's actually go back. So Graves just started. Should Graves rotate to this play? No, because by the time he gets there, A, it should be over, or B, you know, he's going to lose out on farm. Remember, if you're going to lose time, if you're going to lose farm, if you're going to get behind before rotation, just do not go. It's not necessary. So he does survive. Now I have to ask Kaisa, should Kaisa rotate right here? Should Kaisa rotate knowing Sivir is gone? Let's see Kaisa's vision. Knowing Sivir is gone, should Kaisa rotate? Well, she could probably pick up the kill on Akali. Maybe? Okay, if I started rotating now and I seen this, she's dead, I wouldn't rotate. So as Kaisa, we don't rotate. She's like walking, but it's nothing she could really do about it. Maybe she'll hit the W on Akali. Nope, nothing she could do about it. So she stayed bot lane, which is the good thing. And a lot of the times, remember, people do get upset, people do get frustrated when you don't rotate, and they don't really understand why. And it's not up to you to describe to them, explain why you don't rotate. So let's just kind of backtrack here and recap, okay? So this is a general overview of rotations. The difference between rotation and roaming is rotation, you're looking at a play happening and you're seeing if you can impact it. Roaming is I'm just walking around and doing whatever I want to do because there's nothing else to really do right now. I'm just going to see if I can make something happen. So when should you not rotate? If you're going to lose time, okay, you don't rotate if you're going to lose time. If you're going to get behind, lose farm, you don't rotate. If it's going to be over by time you get there, you don't rotate. If you don't have any resources, you don't rotate. This could be if you don't have HP, if you don't have mana, if you didn't buy yet, you don't rotate. When should you rotate? When you can get there in time. When you can guarantee that you'll actually get something out of it. When rotating to that play will lead to something else, whether it be I get these kills, I go to dragon, or I fight the dragon fight and then we get the dragon, or we get the kills and we get a tower. Like, it should lead to something if you're going to look to rotate. And lastly, do we win the fight? Yes? Good, we rotate. If it's Graves and Sylas versus Lilia and Akali, you never, ever, ever win that 2v2. Ever. Not in a million years. So you don't ever rotate. Lilia, assist, Graves is in my jungle. It doesn't matter. We can't help you. We're weaker than Sylas. I can't help. A lot of the times, especially in low elo, players rotate when they really can't. And I don't know if it's because players in lower ranks really like helping their team, but unfortunately, that's not how you climb. You have to be smarter. You can't just have willpower. It's not going to work. You can't have friendship. It's not going to work. Now, I'm not saying don't work as a team. Do that. But don't do the wrong thing because you're afraid of getting pinged. You're afraid of getting harassed. You're afraid of whatever. That's not a good reason. When you make good plays, you start winning games. When you start winning games, you start climbing. When you start climbing, you get out of the elo where those players complain about you not doing the bad thing. Remember, if you're gold trying to get platinum, you can't play like a gold. You can't follow gold plays. If you're silver trying to get to gold, same thing. Bronze trying to get to silver, same thing. Platinum trying to get to diamond, same thing. You want to climb, you want to reach your goal, you got to make sure that you're playing like that rank if you want to get to that rank, okay? Like I said before, if you guys are interested in a more detailed mid lane, jungle, whatever, of each role and why they rotate, when they rotate, I'll definitely get on that. Make sure you hit the thumbs up or let me know in the comments below. As I said before, if you're trying to have major impact in your games, you're tired of games feeling so heavy and you really are trying to improve and trying to climb, check out my site, coachblakr.com. If you've never been coached before and you're on the fence about it, go ahead and check out my site as well. There is a free coaching session in it for you. It will be ending soon though. For those interested in my Blakers Bootcamp, once again, patreon.com. Check that out. And my tier list, I will be uploading today. So make sure you check that out on my Patreon for you Patreons. Thank you again for supporting me, Patreons. Until the next time, you know what I always say. Thank you for what? Approaching this like a coach.